So our barn is held up with these big pressure treated, right here, 6x6 posts. And right after the barn was built and we put the animals in here, they immediately started eating on the posts. And we quickly realized that our barn would be coming down if we didn't start protecting the posts. So what we do is we put up cedar fence boards, sometimes 2x6s on all of the posts that the animals have access to, because they like to eat on it. And right there, we just put up a couple of new boards. And what we've done is just started like layering them on. So they eat through and there's a hole to the post and they start eating on the post, and then we put another set of boards up. And we figure if we just kind of keep adding to the posts, and that eventually it'll be so far out that they won't be able to get their noses through quite as easily. But as soon as you put up a fresh board, they are on it. They chew on it. And these don't have knot holes, but the boards that we used to get before were like number 2 fence boards, and they had knot holes. And what we realized was that the knot holes are a perfect little starting point for them, and they will just start eating around that hole, and next thing you know, they'll have a big chunk of it gone. So what they do is they take their bottom teeth and they scrape it. And we put a board up over on that post too on the other side, so there's some working on that one. So right here we put a board up, and you can already tell that right there they've gotten a chunk pulled out of it, and it's darker there because that's their spit. They've been chewing on that. And goats are fairly destructive compared to other animals. Oh, there's a big guy with a chunk of wool on one of his horns. I'm sure there's an unhappy sheep somewhere. But anyway, we just figure, we kind of look at it as sacrificial wood, that they are going to come through and they are going to chew on it. And you can see like this side, they've been working on it, those light patches, but they haven't made it through. And I think that's a 2x6 on that side. So that might slow them down just a little bit more. You see over there in the corner, that's Pete, and she's rubbing her head right now. But we have a hose up there that does go to some automatic waters. We have it turned off right now because they go through, so we have a piece of, oh you guys, stop chewing. We have a piece of PVC pipe running down to the automatic water, which is right there on the other side. But they went through, and right there you can see it comes out of the PVC pipe, the white PVC pipe, and then goes into the water. And they started ripping those loose. So, hi, yes, thank you. So have turned these off, and they just have the one. And this whole area on this side of the barn is open. This is our dry doe pen right now. And we have a buck in here with them, so they're getting bread. But over here in this corner, you can't see it because there's animals in the way, but that's where we have the automatic water for them. Because before we had several in here, and they are so destructive, and they like, oh, please don't lick my camera, that they really like to rip stuff apart, chew on stuff, rub on it. Yes, lick camera lenses. So we have that gate, it's open right now, and so what we had it chained to that post with a snap on it, and the goats got it loose. They're really good with snaps. And so actually in the same night we had a couple gates that we'd gone through, and we'd tied them and they'd gotten the ropes off of them. So we were like, well, we'll put a chain with a snap on it, and then they won't be able to get through that quite as easily. Well, that first night we put them on, we came out here the next morning and they had gotten 2 chains off and a snap off of another gate, and we can't find them out here. So we have a friend coming over with a metal detector in hopes that we can find it in the, oh, stop rubbing on me, that we can find it in the barn bedding, because we use our tractor and manure spreader to get the manure spread out. Or we clean the barn with the tractor, and then it goes into our manure spreader, and then it goes out to the garden or onto our fields. And so we want to get it found because it can destroy our manure spreader, at least get wrapped up in it and break it. So we're hoping that we can find the 2 missing chains and the snaps. The snaps aren't as big a deal, but definitely the chains are. But as you can see, the goats are quite destructive. They're determined. And I'm pretty sure it was this goat who was probably responsible for the chains, because she was working on them pretty hard when we left. But we figured that it would be better than a rope. Right, Pearly Girl? Did you say a chain is no match for you?